Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This is Societal Concerns, where we delve into pressing societal issues. I am Oluwayomi, the media angel, your host. The economic implications on today's standard of living in Nigeria are multifaceted. Factors such as high inflation rates, unemployment, and income inequalities significantly impact the daily lives of citizens. The widened wealth gap aggravates social disparities, limiting access to education, healthcare, and basic amenities to a substantial portion of the population. Well, the fluctuating value of the national currency poses challenges affecting purchasing power and affordability. Okay, welcome back. This is still Societal Concerns. We have a distinguished guest with us today, Dr. Lekan Abioye. He's a seasoned communicator, an entrepreneur, and a media consultant. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. And you?
Wow, beautiful. But you need to tell us the doctor and tell us more about your doctorate
Okay.
line.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I have a Doctor of Science in Business Management, and Corporate Leadership.
Okay.
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, that's interesting. So it is very good now to talk about the economic implication on today's standard of living, seeing so well that you are padded with a lot of feathers. So let's look into the economic implication on today's standard of living. So what is your opinion?
Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon once again. It's an opportunity for me, a great opportunity for me to be here this afternoon to also hear my views, about what is really happening to the standard of living in Nigeria as of today. And again, I also want to say thank you for bringing me up on societal concerns, because truly, everybody is concerned. If anyone comes out to tell you today that it's not concerned about what is really happening in Nigeria or where we are today or about the standard of living of the people, then probably that person is living in another world. Yes. When you look at the trend, objectively, in the last 3 years, the economic, indicators shows very well that the Nigerian economy is really going downwards. And it does not start 3 years ago. Actually, this has been something that has been on for close to about 8 years. And for economy to be robust, there are a lot of factors that you have to look at, especially from the macroeconomic point of view, before you go into the micro. What is it that make an economy to be robust? What is it that we are exchanging for dollars that we are having? How good are we building the reserve of the economy, of our nation, Nigeria, and all of that? And when you look at it, even for a layman, you hear from the news, this was how much Nigeria has in foreign reserve 2 years ago, $40-something billion. But today, it wasn't 40, it is actually less than $4 billion. You will know that something is wrong. That means the value of dollar that we have in exchange, for other things that can make our economy to be robust is being depleted. Meaning that if you want to exchange the value of one thing for dollar, you have to look for more naira to exchange for that value, in dollars. And that means that you need to look for plenty naira to solve a problem of small dollar, in a layman language. So that is what is happening today, that if you want to buy something of $1, you have to cut out 1,300 naira. So you are looking for big naira to take care of small dollars. and that is, not a good thing. So let's look at it from that angle. And when you look at that, and that is where I want to base my conversation, because the people that feel all these economic impact the most are the common man on the street. It affects me as much as it does affect you. But probably over time, I've been able to see how I can buffer some of these things not really affecting me so much. But a common man that lives on what he makes on daily basis, a man that needs to move out of his house on daily basis to look for one small job or a contract, there'll probably be 100,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and all of that. And when he brings in that 50,000 or 20,000 naira home, some 3 years, 4 years ago, and if he brings the same thing home today, what he used to buy with that 50,000 naira few years ago, he cannot buy even 1/3 of it today. Then it's called for serious concern.
Yeah.
So people who have been eating 3 times a day now eat probably probably now do 1 time a day or 2 times a day. So it's really cause for concern. And on the bigger scale, there are a lot of companies today who are into manufacturing. They could not manufacture anything anymore because naira is now needed in large quantity for small dollar. The petrol, the crude oil that we sell, from where we get our own petrol, PMS and diesel, you need more money to get that same quantity that you used to have in the past. And this has affected most of the manufacturing companies that we have. Why? Because even the power is not being generated enough. So people have to support their businesses and all of that with generator, and they have to buy diesel. For those who are medium scale or probably small scale, they need to have big generator that is using PMS, and then they need to get big money to fund that same quantity of oil or quantity of PMS, and it become being consumed. So you are looking at the cost of producing a particular thing. It has gone up, and then the resultant effect is this: these companies can no longer meet the cost of manufacturing or the cost of production because it's going high. If it gets high to a level, the people that will demand for it, they will not be able to afford it. So why will you want to produce something and then you produce it? It was very expensive to produce, but having produced it, you also need to look at the competitors, within the market, or even defining who are the target audience, who are the people that will purchase it from you. And when you get to those people who need to purchase from you, they don't have the purchasing power, then it doesn't make sense for you to continue to produce. So we are now having scarcity even of products. Essential product that we need out there for the common people is no longer within the reach. Of recent, we had in the news that PZ cousin haven't invested almost $400 million into Nigerian economy some few years ago. As a matter of fact, about 4 years ago, that value was invested into the economy. But today, they are packing up. Why will somebody, an organization, invested $400 million to produce more, to increase capacity? But along the line, what happened? The cost of maintaining such, the cost of manufacturing, the cost of everything has gone up, and there is no way they can keep at it, and then it's a big issue. So the trend now is downwards. I just hope and I pray also that we should have those policies. We should have seasoned people who knows about how to get this thing right, and then so that we can retrace our step and then move into the growth pattern.
Honestly, this is laudable. This is very comprehensive. The overview is really comprehensive. So you have actually analyzed this and talking about the poor, the common men, and all that. So now, by this overview in terms of recent economic trend, how has this really influenced the disparity in our society?
Oh my God, the disparity in our society, sincerely, is so huge. Now,
of course, not everybody feels this each.
Oh, well, I don't want to be. I want to be careful, with the choice of my words. Almost everybody is feeling the heat. Even if you are a billionaire, you will feel it. For example, if you are a billionaire, 3 months ago, you bidded for a project with federal government of Nigeria, for example, and then it's been put at, say, $500 million.
Okay.
That is the worth of the contract. Now you want to start executing, and then within 3 months, you are now seeing that another $150 million is needed on top of what you have agreed on at $500 million. Then it becomes a problem for that big man, or for that billionaire, or for that successful man. So by and large, you will see that everybody's affected. Let me also give something that we can all relate with. Probably before, maybe I used to have 3, 4, 5 people that asked me for support in a month.
Okay.
Maybe within my community, or probably within the organization I belong to, or even probably around church environment and all. But because of the fact that the economy is affecting so many people, then it has now increased from you fending or taking care of 4, 5, 6 people in a month to like now looking at taking care of about 15 people. So that is a whole lot. That tells us that the level of poverty has increased so much that people who doesn't care about you before, in terms of coming to you and ask you, please, can you help me in getting this done? Can you help me? I need to pay for my son's school fees. Or can you help me? There is no food in the house. These are people who were employed somewhere, or who were doing their own business. But things has gone bad such that they don't even have the means anymore. And you that they see, oh, this is a good man in the society, he's a big man and everything, let us go to him. Now you've been taking care of 6 people, it has now increased to 15 people. There is no way you, the so-called big man, will not be affected. Why? Because the source of income is not increasing, but there is a continuous depletion on what you have in reserve. Definitely, you are going to feel it. The difference will probably be the time within the period within which a millionaire will feel it will be different from the time through which a billionaire will feel it. But by the time a billionaire starts feeling it, everybody will know that something has happened. So that is what I will say for now. Thank you.
Oh, honestly, this is really disturbing. It's
Yes.
indeed disturbing. So
Yes.
now looking at policies implications,
Okay.
what changes or measures should be considered to address these challenges and promote a more inclusive economic environment?
Thank you very much. Well, in Nigeria today, we have a new government in place. And some of us, we've been seeing the things that they've been doing. Today, I can't say I want to rate the government or the performance of the government because they just started. I won't want to say, oh, they've started doing fantastically well or they are not doing fantastically well. But there are some things that I want to pick, which I will use to say, are we on the path of recovery?
I want to know why you want to differ, because a lot of reports, a lot of comments have been coming on in that regard.
Yes.
Making comments and comparison to the previous government and the present government. So why do you think you don't want to say so?
Okay, now this present government.
We've not addressed that question, but yes. I want you to do that.
Yes, the present government probably just came in, 6 months, less than a year into governance. And whether we like it or not, from the information that is at our disposal, which of course is within the public domain, we know what has happened within the last regime. There is no way recovery can be instant. What we need to do is to wait and look at the step, the singular, double, triple, quadruple kind of decision being made, policy being bring on, people who have been put in the ends of affairs to begin to do what they, because there is no magic. Things has gone wrong within the economy, not 1 year, not 3 years, not 4 years, not 5 years, not 8 years, not even 10 years. The reserve has been depleted. Money has been wasted. In fact, there is no management of money in Nigeria. Now, this government has come. I don't know the magic that they will do. We all, felt the impact of the subsidy removal. It has made the price of things go up. If it has affected a whole lot of things. But are there any other option? Are there alternative to that? I don't know sincerely whether there is an alternative to that. Because we can't keep on even getting the money that we use in servicing the subsidy of a thing. And from wisdom perspective, the money can actually be saved and be put into infrastructural development. So if we have the government of today come in and say, come, this subsidy that we have removed, we are no longer paying. Let us gather this fund and let us focus it on infrastructural development and make sure that stealing is being curbed, corruption is being curbed. We will see the impact of it, not immediately. If you want to embark on a project of, say, $1 billion, for example, there is no project of $1 billion that you want to do anywhere in the world and then you will start it today and in 6 months' time it will be ready. It's not possible. I don't know of such projects.
But you can agree that we're on the right track.
I want to believe so that we're on the right track. I want to believe so. Are you getting me? So because it's going to also have, it has to also pass through a test of time. And that is why I'm saying that for us to be able to say it clearly, whether this government is doing it right or they are taking us back to recovery and advancement, let us look at the next
time.
1 year. 1 year, 2 years.
We need more time.
We need more time. Yes, we need more time.
Okay, that's fine. So now let me bring you back to the question:
yes.
Inclusivity in economic environment.
Yeah.
So my question is, what changes or measures should be considered to address these changes and how to bring it, to make it more, to promote more inclusiveness and economic advancement?
Thank you very much. I might not be, probably because of, I might not be able to delve fully into it, but I just want to pick few things that I think we should do, and so that we can move into the area of recovery and then make it such that everybody is being dragged into the net for the growth of the economy.
Yeah.
We have seen that there has been some level of change of guards, within the leadership of various, areas of the economy. Let's start from the Central Bank of Nigeria. The former governor has been removed. There has been a lot of things that surround his removal. Investigation is on. Even Obaze has also released some, outcome of those investigations that, is done and all of that. That implies that with the new leadership, with the new CBN governor, who happen to be the one that will oversee the macro economy, who happen to be the one that will see to the monetary policy, of the economy, then you have a seasoned person, you probably have a seasoned leader who will say these are the things that will make us to move back into the area of recovery. For example, if we have a reserve that is robust, if we begin to say, okay, the excess of whatever thing that is coming to us is being plowed back into infrastructural development. For example, power. Today, the advanced world they are living thermal energy. They are living hydro energy, hydro form of energy, having a dam and all of that. They are moving into solar. They are using wind. These are people who are planning for the future. As a matter of fact, most of these, countries in the Middle East, for example, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, they are moving far advanced in that regards. China, oh my God, they are moving solidly within that regards. And you know, in Nigeria, we have all it takes for us to develop these areas of energy. If today, I used to say something, if today the government that is here today is able to give Nigeria power, and then everybody has 24 hours power supply, you know, into their various businesses, their homes and everything, you will discover that number one, business activity will increase. Number two, you know, even Lagos, they said there is a saying that says, for example, Lagos, you know, there is no night in Lagos that everybody works 24 hours, but that's not true.
That's not true.
That's
not
not
anymore.
True. Not
If
anymore.
it ever happened.
Yes, not anymore. It's not really true. You know, I mean, I've been in Lagos since how many years? You know, if you have been in Lagos for over 30 years or 30 years of your life, then you know that you've been around. The only people that you see at night moving, if you don't see politicians moving for their meetings, then you probably see people that are going to clubs and then places to enjoy themselves. But real business activities, when it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in Lagos, is dead. Everybody have to go home and sleep. But when we have this power supply, when we have good infrastructure, there will be 24 hours business. The only people that today that will say they are doing 24-hour business are people that have their business online. That you can take your phone or your gadget in the midnight and then you want to do transaction. But when you are talking about inclusiveness of the generality of the people, you must be able to give them the tools that will make them to continue to do business 24 hours. And that's will drag everybody into business activities, which will have the resultant effect in the stability of the economy and then the growth of the economy. So now I've talked about new leadership in CBN. Now we're also looking at the people within government environment. The bureaucracy of government has to be such that that bureaucracy is made almost flat. As of today, there is no business you can do with government of Nigeria that you won't do between 8 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the evening. In advanced world, advanced nation, if you want to do anything with government, you will be in the comfort of your home and do everything you want to do with government. I don't have to go to Alausa Secretariat, for example, for me to do anything with any ministry I want to have anything to do with. They have functioning website. All their stuff are online. You have people to meet with you at any time you want to talk. You know, you have bots on their website that can attend to you and everything. Some of us do business internationally. We do things with other companies. Even while it seems as if they are sleeping, on their website there is something talking to you and telling you what you need to do. So that means that government business is not supposed to sleep. But in Nigeria today, government business is sleeping. So let us move by development of infrastructure. Are you getting me? Developing infrastructure that will not make government business to sleep. Government business is not supposed to sleep for 12 hours. And then people go to work and work 8 hours. That is not it. Government business for the growth and the recovery of a country like us supposed to be 24 hours. How do you do it? It is by investing in infrastructure. It is by investing in ITC. I need to say something. See, we have a lot of resource people in Nigeria, fantastic people in Nigeria, well read, well exposed. But what is the result of their knowledge?
Wow.
The environment. It's
getting more interesting and more art. I'm really getting excited here. So please continue.
Thank you very much. So the environment is not making them, to be free to do something. For example, if I were to be in government, sincerely, I will throw my net open. I will call for different conferences. I will call for people to bring forth their capacity that will make us to recreate our nation. I was studying many years ago, about 10, 13 years ago, I was studying United Arab Emirates, what they were as of 1970 and 1971, and then what they moved into in 1976. And then when the seven Emirates decide to come together, and then what they began to do, sincerely, it blew my mind. The government of every nation that will have economic recovery must have one thing at the back of their mind. We want to make everybody happy. If the mantra of any government is, you don't need stories, we just want to make everybody happy. Now, what will make everybody happy, bring everybody together. Now begin to talk about what are those things that we need to do that a common man on the street will be happy. A common man on the street, for him to be happy, we need to have 3 square meals. We should be able to go to school. Should be able to fend for the family. Have a good place to sleep. By the time a government at the top is thinking about those people, and then what they have in their mind is, we want to make our people happy, then the solution will come. And how do you now, haven't discovered the solution, how do you now begin to execute it?
Honestly,
that is
this
where
really cuts away all these vices and
oh my God,
economic nuisance.
It will. Then you bring these people together, those that have the knowledge, those that have the skill. Don't let it be restricted to, oh, I'm a politician, oh, I'm a PDP, oh, I'm an APC, oh, I'm a Labour. Nigeria is Nigeria. Forget political parties. If a Labour party become the government of the day, who will they be working for? Is it not for Nigerians and for Nigeria? If PDP is there, is it not for Nigeria and for Nigerians? If APC is there, if PRP is there, if NMP is there,
we are one.
We are one.
Nigeria.
We are one. Everybody's life needs to be touched. From the east to the north to the south to the west, we are Nigerians. And whatever thing that we are doing should be for the commonality of that nation called Nigeria. And I think if we can look at it from that point of view, a whole lot of things will be done, and then people will be involved. As a matter of fact, the government of today need to do a whole lot of things quickly, such that people, you and I, who are not even politicians, can begin to see ourselves as part of the government. If it has not gotten to that, and the reason why it might not get to that, which of course I don't pray for, is when you have it, when you understand that whatever thing that they are doing now, it has not reached me. We have not seen it in our streets. Our road is not tarred. Our street is not tarred. The gutter is just so bad. There is no light. There is nothing. When that is no longer there, or even if that is there, but they have done it in such a way that you have been carried along. The vision of the government comes to you. You understand where they're going. You understand what is happening now. You understand the vision. They tell you point blank, this is what we want to achieve within so time, and we are not deviating. They communicate to you and I on the street. Everybody knows. When you buy into that vision, then whatever thing that they are doing, it is my government that is doing it. It's no longer APC doing it. It is no longer PDP doing it. It is no longer Labour doing it. It is we, the people, that are doing it. Because you know that tomorrow when another government comes, they will also continue, and then it's also for the people.
And do you, by your opinion now, do you really think, and we hope to get there, but do you really see that coming so soon? Because honestly, on my own part, I feel this really cuts costs, whereby a particular government will start a project, and when a new government comes into power, the project will be abandoned.
Yeah, I think this.
But before we take that, let's take a short break. Okay, yeah, thank you and welcome back. Still on Society Concern, and yes, I really told you I have a seasoned guest in the house, and this is Dr. Abioye Lekon. So back to the question.
Yes, back to the question you asked me. Can we get to that level, or how soon can we get to that level?
Do you see that coming so soon? That's it.
Well, I'm an optimist. And I believe in vision. When you have a leader that has vision and is able to sell that vision rightly to the people will be expectant. And then the indicators will now be who are those people that will make that vision to come to reality. By the time people begin to see that, then you can even by yourself begin to project, yeah, in the next 10 years, 20 years, we're going to be there. Nigeria can be there in the next 20 years. As a matter of fact, if Nigeria want to borrow ideas, management know-how, leadership know-how from some of the nations that have done it well, it will not take Nigeria anything more than 20 years for us to get there. I'm telling you, it will not take us more than 20 years. If we can solidify how our resources are being managed, if we can increase our capacity to hand more, if you can increase our capacity to save more, if you can increase our capacity to invest more, if you can increase our capacity to invest in human resources more, if we put all this together for the next 20 years, you will be happy that you are Nigerian. Today, our sons and daughters are leaving our country in droves. Everybody is now leaving because of the economy. That the economy is bastardized. If you meet a young man on the road now, and then if somebody gives you visa to go to Canada, everybody is going to Canada, UK now. You know, I'm seeing all manners of things. They will leave whatever thing they're doing. They're gone. People are selling their houses. People are selling their properties that they've been working hard to acquire in the last 20, 30 years. They will sell everything, wife, children, and then they will move. Start wanting to start a new life somewhere else. And I used to tell people, a nation does not make a people make a nation. But people are free to go, or people can decide to leave when the environment is not giving them that hope, or it's not showing them that yes, Nigeria have been around for 30 years. In the last 10 years, this leader, the only thing he came to do, he promised us, is road. He did road is everywhere. He's not concerned with any other thing. Okay, this one has come. Oh, what he wants to do is power. He focused on power, and then he did it. And if we have people with such, testaments or testimonials, in Nigeria, you will discover that people will have hope in our nation, and whatever thing that they are passing through now, they know that, okay, very shortly, it's just a matter of time. Everything will be fine. And then you see our people being retained. But today, our people does not mind to go into second or modern slavery because of what modern to eat, slavery. Yes, and then how to take care of themselves. And everybody also, cares about how their future is going to look like. Wow,
that's really well said. Now shifting gear a bit, and how can media, as a power of societal influence, good enough, you're a media consultant.
Thank you.
And how can media, as a matter of societal influence, contribute positively to addressing the economic concerns?
See, the media has major role to play. As a matter of fact, I don't know of any nation that is called first world nation today or advanced nation today that does not have the media playing solid roles. At times I will sit down on CNN in my house. Well, every day I watch CNN in my house. I probably tune into one or two Nigerian TV stations to also hear what they have, because they're not giving the kind of news of what people need to know. Today, a lot of people feel that the media has been bought, or the media has been caged, or there is no that freedom of expression, freedom of information. The bill has been passed and all of that, but we are not seeing it. Probably because I don't know whether it's corruption or whatever. I don't know. But the media need to be so independent. They need to be so investigative. They need to be able to bring out information that will make everybody to sit right and to sit tight. If I'm doing something with government now, and I know that whatever thing that I'm doing is open, and the media can come and get some things, and then when they expose such, it has affected my personality and it has affected my person, it has affected my brand, then when I know that there are a lot of people watching, I need to be careful. I was telling somebody, you know, Bible alone and Quran alone cannot make us to sit tight and do what we need to do. I usually tell people, if you like, be born again from here to anywhere, or be imam from here to any. Apart from all those tenets that we have in all those holy books, every country that will become advanced and successful must have a good rule of law. The law must be so clear. The law affects everybody. Nobody is bigger or than the law. Everybody is under the law. And then when you do anything that is wrong, the law takes its course until we get to that point whereby we allow the law to take its rightful course. When we allow the judiciary to have freedom, to be independent, when we allow the media to be independent, we are not ready for the next level. However, the media has a very, very big role to play. They are supposed to be our torchlight. And not only our torchlight, the media also supposed to be our guide. Because media have access to resource people that they can bring together and say, let us discuss this. Let us even tell the leaders what probably they don't know how to do. You know, you can be up there and then you don't have solution, and then you are not so humble to come and tell people that, see, I'm here. I can't do it alone. I don't even know how to do it. You help me look for people that will do this thing. And I will tell you, people will come. These are areas where we need the media. Media is not only supposed to be the torchlight, they are also to be a guide to say, this is where we are going, or this is how to go about it, or to say, come, we don't even know how to do this thing. Let us look for people that can help us to do it. So media has a huge role to play.
Oh, wow, this is really comprehensive enough. And before we conclude, I would like us to listen to what the voice of the people out there.
Implementation of government policies will go a long way in improving the standard of living of the citizens. It will help improve the quality of life, and it will help to reduce poverty in the land. Government policies drive business. Government policies drive the direction of investment. Government policy drives whether foreign direct investment will come in or not. Yeah, we have a lot of good government policies, but as always, our problems have always been that they are not implemented. So if our government policies are implemented as I told you, the quality of life of our citizens will surely go up. Thank you.
Okay, that is just the voice of the people out there. So now, before we conclude, sir,
Okay.
Dr. Lekon
Abioye.
Abioye, you've been enjoying him so far. That is Dr. Lekon Abioye. So can we have any final thoughts or message you would like to share with our viewers out there regarding the economic implication on today's standard of living?
Well, I will firstly, thank you so much. I will firstly say this. I'm a Nigerian. I believe so much in the project called Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. People like us, we don't have anywhere to go. You know, if you call me to come to America today, I'm not going. I've been to all those places. I'm not living there. I'm not going. This is where I belong. This is where I'll be. And I know that there are millions of people like that out there who are Nigerians. And I want to use this opportunity to tell them first, don't lose hope, you know, in project called Nigeria. You have been stretched. You have experienced so much. But I also want to say this, you know, there is a sentence that I always have. It comes back to my mind every time. No retreat, no surrender. We can still do more to weather this storm, because the storm, I believe, is going to be over as long as and as soon as, you know, our leaders within our nation put you and I into whatever thing they're trying to do for us, it will go a long way, to helping us a lot. And again, I also want to use this occasion to let the leadership of our nation know that they need to reach out to the people. My reaching out to the people is not about, carrying bag of rice and be giving some people and all of that. It's not about that. It's about communicating, coming to the level of the people. Go into the nooks and cranny. Let the people buy into the concept of your vision and then what you are doing. Let people even know. Let people know on the street what the government is doing. If they don't know, you will be doing some things and then everybody will be crying foul. And by the time people are crying foul, then you know that you are not doing anything. So the government will also help themselves by making sure that the project that they have, the vision that they have, is being passed across to the people on the street. And then that is just what I want to say today. And quickly also, the government should keep on working hard in our quest to have our economy being recovered. As soon as they could do that, it will help us a lot. And I also, in the last few days, there have been a lot of, corruption allegations, at the top level, among some ministries and all of that, and their leaders. Yeah, in the humanitarian, and then now it's dragging the Minister of Interior into it and some other, people. I think it's high time, the leadership of our nation see to the fact that we don't bring people of questionable character. Whether you belong to a particular political party or not, it does not matter. I think checking on the background of people say a lot. If I'm bringing somebody into my organization to come and work, I will do my due diligence.
Are you trying to say that the government did not do their part? Was that not the essence of bringing them to the House of Assembly and for the scrutinization and all that?
See,
verification before giving them appointment.
Verification. I think there are different level of verification. There are different level of verification. See, if a government have done their due diligence before you appoint somebody, why will you appoint someone and then later you now discover that the person doesn't have original certificate of NYSC, or he doesn't, go to that school that he graduated from?
Then how effective then is the role of the House of Assembly or National Assembly?
Probably it's not so effective. There is corruption. There is no doubt about it. Corruption wears so many hats. So corruption is so huge. See, corruption affects every area of human endeavor. Do you know that corruption affects the food that you and I eat in our homes? Corruption is happening in high places, but it affects what we eat in our homes. It's that bad. Corruption affects where our children go to, the school that they go to. Corruption affects the confidence that you have to even leave your house to go to office or to go to a particular place in your city. It affects it. It affects security. It affects infrastructure. It affects services in various places. It affects even services in banks. Corruptions are going on in banks.
And that is
a whole lot of things.
That is a reference of the recent news that recent aspect of the news talking about CBN relieving SAT, Union Bank Board, Polaris Bank Board, Union, and also Keystone Bank. SAT.
Yes. So these are some of the things. So it's a whole lot of. I don't think we can even exhaust all this conversation in a year. We just need to start from somewhere. Like I said, the leadership of this nation need to really look into this. I think it's beyond political parties. It's beyond political parties. I've seen people in this country in the past who have brought in people outside of political party to come and run things.
Well, I think also that the president is kind enough to embrace every other party. And we can also see in the news yesterday, the spokesman of the opposition party was being invited.
Was he being invited or he looks
by his speech?
Okay.
He said he honored the president's invitation.
Well, I don't have anything I don't have much to say, as regard they are politicians, and then they know how they
And
do
with
their
that,
things.
he's seeing it as a plane whereby the president himself is a pilot, and the vice president is a co-pilot, and we all are all members, occupants of the same plane. So, and this is why, party notwithstanding, you have to come to pay allegiance and also honor the call of the president.
Well,
So really, the president is kind enough to embrace every other sector,
yeah,
because we've been seeing that over and over again. Every other party influencer, spokesman.
I love the fact that some other politicians are coming to him and he's embracing them, and that's one good thing. Quickly, let me also mention it that I've also seen from the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I think he has listening here. I've seen some decisions he has made that he has, tried to, correct whatever thing that have not been okay and all of that. So people talk about some things and then he tries to say, yes, I think he has listening here. That is really good for, for him and for his leadership. But I'm also, emphasizing that there are a lot of good resource people out there, that can be dragged in to fill in, different, position that would deliver. And I also like one thing that he has also done of recent that I read, that on monthly basis, going to quarterly basis, whatever thing anybody is doing, you want to see what they are doing. And then if you say you want to do A and B, and then 1 month pass, you have not done A and B and have not seen the result, then you have yourself to blame. So if you can keep that up, you can keep it up, and then everybody sits right.
And will you not like also to comment on the cutting down of expenses around the presidential and other ministerial?
Well, it's a good start, sincerely. But I think if they want to cut, it should be far more than that. It should be far more than that. That segment, that area.
Reducing the expenses, the local and international expenses, they cut down.
Let them cut the salary. Let them cut the salaries of the House of Rep member, the Senate member. Let them cut the salaries of the executive arm of government. Let them do it from the top, the federal level to state level. Let us see. Let it be now that government will be inviting international audit firms to come and see what has been audited, even by within their ministries. Let us open our books. By the time we begin to get to that level, we know that yes, we are working. But it's a good start. I'm not saying it's a good start, and then I pray that they keep it up.
Okay, Dr. Lekan Abioye, it's a good one with you today. I really enjoyed myself in the studio, and I'm very sure that all our viewers and listeners out there really do the same. You are free to drop your comments, you're free to share, and you're also free to follow. Please go on and follow us on all of our social handles. Societal Concerns, just Societal Concern. On Facebook, Societal Concerns. Instagram, on YouTube, Societal Concern. Free. You can follow us and we will get your feedback. Drop your comments and all of your feedback. Really, we need to call it a day, and it's really exciting. Thank you so much for your views and all of your wealth of knowledge that you have really come to feed us with. Really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
You all our viewers out there, we really say thank you. It's been nice, and until we come your way again next time, please stay informed, stay engaged, take good care of yourself, stay active, play a very active role in shaping a better future for us all. Societal Concerns. Let's get better together. My name is Oluwayomi, and I am the Media Angel.